Alright, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this Wednesday afternoon, 6:30 p.m., August 12th, 2020. I hope everyone is doing well. It is rainy outside, but it's actually been a pretty nice day. I had a very productive day at work. So, as always, like and subscribe. Remember, new format. We will do the shout-outs and the thank yous and the housekeeping at the end of the video. Today's video du jour, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I got some goodies in the mail. I want to talk about them. So if you haven't seen them yet, they just came out with the arcane spell cards. They come in this nice box. It was shipped to me. I got it off of Miniature Market. Shameless shilling away for Miniature Market. I'm a big fan of their products. I was going to get it on Amazon because, hey, 2-day shipping. My game is Friday night. I'm hoping. It depends on the world. But you know, I wanted to get it on Miniature Market. It's $29.99. Amazon, I think, had it for $27 or $25.99, which I thought, hey, it's a good price, and I save a couple of bucks, you know, on the free shipping and everything. I thought, okay, but I decided to go check Miniature Market, and as a matter of fact, they had it cheaper. It was, after everything came out, it was about 50 cents cheaper than Amazon. So I ordered it off of Miniature Market. I got it in like less than a week, or right at a week. So there was no super rush for it. Like I said, if I wanted it right away, I probably would have paid the 50 cents difference and got it on Amazon. So no harm, no foul. So these will cover arcane spells from level 1 to level 10. They give you room in here. There's been pretty good unboxing and videos, so that's why I didn't want about it. But there's a little cardboard spacer in here if you want to put these in sleeves. If you want to, you know, add the arcane focus cards, because, you know, obviously Paizo's coming out with everything that goes. I personally think $29.99 for a box of specific use cards is a little steep. To be honest, I don't think this should have been priced more than $19.99. That's just my opinion. So why did I buy them? The convenience. And we'll get to that. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, so to speak. So that's the packaging. You've got room for sleeves to add more cards if you so desire, because the new Advanced Player's Guide came out, and of course there's going to be new spells in there, I'm pretty sure. So obviously you're going to be able to add those spells. Just wanted to go over anatomy of a card and show you what the card looks like. So there's the back of the card. It's Ezra, I believe his name is. He's one of the iconic characters, obviously the wizard of the group. And then on the back, or on the front facing of the card, you have all, boy, if I could get this right, you have all your information. So pretty much just like the stat block in the book, or if you were to cut and paste and print it out on 3x5 if you have the PDF of the book, which I've seen people do. I've seen some aftermarket companies doing the OGL, print these out. One of my players, Bobby, has the Divine cards that he bought off of, I think, Drive-Thru RPG or their website. He got a cool little spell book, like a fake leather, looks like a book, but it's got sleeves in it, and he puts all the spells in it. It's super cool. If I was a player, I would totally have one of those, because I can see me jamming that hard. Since my favorite class to play is a sorcerer, I would totally rock that. So cool art on the back, and then all the stats and information you need. There are several cards that either say see page blah in whatever book, which I believe is mostly the core rule book, or they take up 2 cards. So or they'll do front and back with no art on the back side. So this is the back side of the card. So pretty decent card. I don't feel like they're going to wear out too fast. But why did I buy these? I'm a huge fan of preparedness. I started my military career in the Coast Guard, and their motto is Semper Paratus, which in Latin means always prepared. And that's one of the things the Coast Guard taught me, is to be prepared for whatever situation you're going into as best you can. And to that effect, when it comes to role-playing games, one of my huge pet peeves is you go through initiative, you get the initiative order. Now, as a GM, anybody who's game mastered or anything like that before, understands that it's a difficult job. It's not easy. And you can go on any gaming forum or any group site and you will see that there are, 5,000 players and one GM. It is always a difficult task to find a GM. And so things like this make a player's life easy. And I highly recommend that if you're a player in a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game and you're a spellcaster, you pick these cards up. Because as a GM, and I've spoken to many GMs, I've been doing this for 30 years, guys, 30 years. There is nothing more frustrating than you go down the initiative line and you get to the player who's, 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th in the initiative order, and he's a spellcaster, and then he goes, oh, I'm going to cast, and he's futzing with his phone, or he's looking on something else, or he's trying to flip the page in the book to figure out what spell he's going to cast. My God, you've had 5, 6, 7 rounds, or 5 or 6, 4 other people that have gone before you that you've had time to figure out what the spell is that you're going to cast. And you wait until it gets to you before you try and decide, and it slows the whole momentum of the game down. It kills the immersion for everybody, and then you'll look at the barbarian over there going, oh, what's the weather today? And it's totally disruptive to the game, and it is a huge pet peeve. Guys, if you're playing a spellcaster, know your spells. I mean, and this is not to point it at new players. This is at veteran players as well. Well, look at this handsome little guy. Speaking of veteran players, this will be a veteran player in a couple of years. Can you say hello? Can you wave? Can you say hi, Internet?
Say hi,
Internet. He needs one big tickle, just one. I'm going to give him a big tickle. Hold on. Go see Mommy. I love you. Stand up. Stand up. All right, go. That is my little monster. That's my little man. So I apologize if you hear him in the background, but hey, that is the joy of doing videos at home when your kid is awake. So aside from that interlude of my little minion, I hate it, and I've spoken to other GMs and even other players that absolutely hate this. Be prepared. Know what spell you're going to cast, and whatever you need to do. If I use an iPad, write down the spells on an iPad, and have them ready for reference. Print out spell cards. There's various different websites that can do it, or pay the money if you don't have the inclination to do it yourself and buy these. Like Bobby, I will give Bobby credit as a player in my Pathfinder game. When we do get to play, he's on it. He knows what spell he wants to use and when he wants to use it, and I hardly ever have to wait for him to make a choice. He's good to go, and he's prepared. And part of that is due is that he bought that little spell book, and he has the cards in the sleeves, and he while everyone's taking the turn, he's still listening to what's going on, but he's also focusing on what he needs to do to be prepared to when his turn comes. You can hear Alexa in the background. My wife just turned on the lights. Hey, like I said, this is what we do in a living household. This is top production here at Mr. Mean Speaks. So anyway, that's a huge pet peeve. I wanted to get that out of the way. If you're going to play a spellcaster, be prepared. And that goes for any other class as well. If you don't know your class abilities, make some index cards, make notes, whatever you got to do. Learn your abilities, learn how to play your character. I'm a big proponent of it's, you said you wanted to play, take the investment and run with it. Play your character, do what you need to do, and let's everyone have fun. There's nothing better than when you have a smooth combat and everything, or a smooth interaction and everything goes fast and you're firing on all cylinders. The players have much better time. I mean, we even see it on Critical Role, and that's a top production where Sam Riegel's character, Not the Brave, is a rogue, but he does cast a couple spells, and even he has to sometimes look them up. Even Caleb's character, has to look them up. So I understand it happens sometimes, but don't make it every single time. So anyway, enough of a rant. The second thing I got, and we're gonna have a little rant about this too. I signed up for the Paizo subscription service for Pathfinder because I'm buying everything that's coming out for it anyway. I might as well subscribe. And I'm not saving money, but I'm not spending more money. Does that make sense? What I mean by that is I paid full retail for this, so this book was $49.99. I didn't get a discount on it, but what I did get is the PDF for free. And why is that a big deal for me? Well, as a content creator on YouTube, I feel it's my responsibility to support the games I play and that I represent. I am not paid by any company to do said thing. I do this for fun and for my own enjoyment, and hopefully one day profitability if my channel gets big enough to get subsidized or whatever. I can make a little bit of cash off of it, in my wonder years, as it's sort of go. So why subscribe and why not just go torrent or download the book in a PDF and then just do it? It's called ethics. Something that a lot of people in this day and age don't have anymore, and part of it is due to our environment and our political structure, and we won't get into that. It's an argument for another time. If you do have that ethics, if you do believe that you should pay for the products you own, I applaud you, and you have Mr. Mean's seal of approval for whatever that is worth. Nothing. But at least you feel good and know that you did the right thing, and that's what's important. So that's why I did it. I was buying all the products anyway. I didn't want to have to go out and buy the PDF because I like having the PDF. I don't want to lug around 30 books in Pathfinder, even though they're on a much slower release schedule than Pathfinder 1 was back in the days of 3.5 and Pathfinder was 3.75. We used to joke about it before 4th edition came out, 4th edition D&D. The joy is you have them on a PDF, you put them on your iPad or your tablet or your phone, and you have all the data at your fingertips that you need to look up something. And so I have an iPad and I use it, at the gaming table. I run Sirenscape, so I have background music, but I can also pull open a PDF and look something up. I have the luxury of GMing in my house, so I can have all the books in my hand. But if I go to a convention, once the world stops being stupid and we get rid of this stupid pandemic, and we can start going to game conventions again, that is something that I would very much like to do. I love that convention environment, and I would love to run games at a convention because that's how I started all of this. Many, many years ago, back in the days of DungerCon and PacificCon in Northern California. So anyway, I got this, and I've already explained why I bought it. It's the Advanced Player's Guide, or the APG as I've been seeing it referred to. Retails for $49.99. You can get it cheaper on Amazon. I think it's down to like $35, $37 on Amazon, and you get it in 2 days. So I could have got it the day it released through Amazon and saved 10, 15, possibly even close to $20. I don't know what it's going for on Amazon, but I know it's a lot cheaper than $49.99. But I wouldn't have got the PDF. I'd have had to buy the PDF separately, and that's another 15, $20 for the PDF. But if you do Paizo's subscription plan, and they have various ones, they have one for just peripherals, they have one for any core rules. This is considered a core rule book or a core book for the rule system, so therefore it's under that subscription, and that's why I got it. I haven't even really had a chance to read it. And the other cool thing is if you do the subscription plan, or even if you buy it on Paizo's website as opposed to buying it from a third-party seller or distributor, you get the PDF for free. And that's pretty cool. So that's going to save you a couple bucks if you do stuff legitimately like I do. So this has got some new character classes. I'm not going to do an in-depth review of it because there's many other review. Draven Swiftbow, his channel RPG, he does a pretty good review of it, and there's been a number of them. But what I really wanted to focus on is I have it. I think what little I've read of the PDF, I really think it's worth it. If you're a player in Pathfinder, this is a must-have. The other Lost Omen books, I have the other one right here, the World Guide, and I think there's the Lost Omen, the Lost Omen Character Guide. That one is also a must-have. This one, not so much. The Character Guide, not so much, but it is helpful. But this one is definitely, I think, if you're playing in a Pathfinder 2nd edition game, this is a must-have. You want this and the core rule book. And that's another pet peeve of mine. And we'll go on a slight tangent. If you're playing in a game, support the game, support the game master. Go out and buy the book. Now, if you're a starving college student, I get it. But if you're a starving college student, you probably have an iPad or a laptop. Buy the PDF. It's half the cost of the book, and you've got it. And you're supporting the game so they can keep making cool stuff like this. My son needs help. Mommy's going to take care of him. So yes, this is a buy. Is what little I've already read of it already has sold me on it. Q Times, they've done a review of it. It's awesome. Go check it out. They're a lot bigger channel than mine, and I think they do a great job. And I'm really excited to see this. But what I really wanted to point out, and what I was really excited about, is I want Amazon, WotC, who else? The post office, even sometimes FedEx, to take a page out of Paizo's book. This is the box that I got it. All right. Very simple packaging, paizo.com. Tagline, the golems got it. It was sealed up, there's all the shipping stuff on it. And when I opened it, there was no packing foam in it. There was nothing but the book. And as you can see, the corners are not dinged. The spine, there's nothing wrong with the spine. The book is perfect. Why is that? Because they put these in here, corrugated cardboard, recycled, and it was on all four corners. And it was laying flat in the box, just like this. And you can see from what I showed you, the box is relatively about double this thickness. So it sat in there, and it was not much bigger than this. So it fit perfectly. It did have room to move, but nothing is damaged. This book is in pristine condition. Now, I've ordered several books from Amazon, and they've come mangled. Drive-through RPG is usually pretty good, but I got this last week, and it's pretty. You can see it right there. You can see the divot right here. That was mashed in, and it's still mashed in a little bit. I got it a little damp, and then I pushed it out, and then I hit it with a hair dryer to kind of, but you can, if you look at it physically, and you can see it right there on the screen, it's damaged. And this is a $60 book. Pisses me off. That's my hard-earned money that I'm spending to buy these products, and they're getting damaged in shipping. And I mean, yeah, I can file a claim and I can get it. I just did a review of Alteus, and the glue binding is coming out, and I've already reached out to Drive-Through RPG. They've already sent me a message saying, hey, we're going to send. We've already sent you. It's being processed. We're sending you a new copy. That's customer service, but I shouldn't have to go through that, right? You spend your hard-earned money. I'm not a millionaire. I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 300, whatever. And I spend my disposable income and what little income I get from the channel, so thank you guys, to buy products like this, to make these videos, to run these games, and I want to keep my stuff pristine. I've got books up there. My oldest child is 38 years old, and I have RPG books up there that are almost older than her, and my 21-year-old, I definitely have a lot of books up there that are older than him. I take care of my stuff. I take pride in it. That bookshelf means a lot to me. It is 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, and you can see it is pretty packed. That's a lot of money tied up there, and I've paid for almost all of that out of my own hard-earned cash. And so I don't want it to be damaged. And it just annoys me when you buy a book and it comes mangled, and then you have to waste more time to contact them and say, hey, the post office or FedEx mangled my book, please replace it. And I will say 9 out of 10 times it's always been replaced. I have no problems with that. That part of the service is good. But again, it boils down to I shouldn't have to do that. And so take a page out of Paizo, ship the stuff properly. That's all recycled cardboard. It doesn't cost you pennies. I mean, and Paizo is selling this book for $49.99. This book probably cost them $20 to make, all things considered. I mean, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it costs more because they have to pay the developers and the editors and everybody, and they all make a salary. So they're counting on volume. But per book, all said and done, their end cost is probably about $20. So $29.99 is profit, and then that out of that profit comes whatever they have to pay for like shipping and stuff. But if they're doing the shipping, which they are, they're paying a flat fee because they have a bulk rate with the post. But that's politics, and we're not going to get into shipping and all that. The point is, these other shipping companies and developers and designers need to take a page from Paizo on how to ship stuff. And to make it so much sweeter, they sent me a free miniature, a Leshy, which is one of their leaf people. And it's a promo miniature. And they're basically just, it was a freebie in the box. You know, it's a little miniature. I haven't even opened it. So I'm not too much. I use flat plastic miniatures. And all those, I've kind of gone away from the 3D. What's wrong, buddy? Oh, my son needs help. Here, let me help you. What I tell you about taking this apart? Don't take it apart anymore. Here you go.
Trying.
No, it's okay.
Come on.
So, and I, like I said, I didn't want to do an in-depth dive into this because there's a lot more out there that do it far better than I do. I thank you for coming by the channel and watching it. It is a buy. It's hardback. It's stitched and glued in there, so it's not going to fall apart on you. Paizo, usually, I've never had a problem with any of Paizo's books. I know first edition Pathfinder, some of the pages were coming out, and they, as far as I heard, they replaced everybody's book. This was years ago. And then second edition Pathfinder, my book is holding up just fine. I use it every week. Well, not right now because, well, we're in a pandemic. But when I was using it every week, it held up fine, and I was constantly flipping through it and using it when, to reference stuff. So my book is holding up fine. I have high hopes for this as well. I'm gonna cuddle up with this tonight on my iPad and read it. But I wanted the physical book because I have it on my iPad, but then at the game, when my players want to reference it, I want to be able to hand it over and let them look at it. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. That's kind of what I wanted to go over. I did a video earlier, and I did a video, and it looks like I just got a reply from Leather Guru, and he sent me a very nice message. I'll have to read that after this video. So I'll put links down in the doobly-doo. Of course, you can go to paizo.com and pick this up. You can buy it on Amazon a little cheaper. I may put the Amazon link in there. But like I said, support Paizo if you can. I think they're a good company. I like what they do. And the product that they provide is a solid product. And like I said, if you buy it straight from them, you do pay a little bit more, but you also get the PDF copy of whatever it is you're buying. So that's pretty solid. So into the video now. It's over. If you guys want to go away, if not, if you want to hang out for the housekeeping, please do. As always, like and subscribe, share the channel. It helps grow the Meanie Army. As you can see, the link up above is my Patreon page. It's $5 a month. It really helps support the channel. And it does, when you join the Discord, you get a special color that nobody else can get. And that denotes that you are a Patreon subscriber. And that part is awesome. So I hope that's everybody. And also Drive-Thru RPG. I'm an affiliate, which means if you use that link below, if you're going to buy something off of Drive-Thru RPG, if you use that link and then go search for your product, I get a small cut. A lot of my followers are doing it. It's helped me out immensely. It's what paid for this and paid for the Altius book. So thank you guys very much. It doesn't change the cost for you. You'd pay the same price whether you use my affiliate link or not. But if you use the affiliate link, I get a couple dollars kickback. And it, like I said, it helps the channel and doesn't get me in hot water with the wife. So I hope that video kind of informed you a lot. It was more basically towards the spell cards, but I think the APG is totally worth it. We've got all the housekeeping out of the way. So as always, peace, hair grease, wear your mask, protect the ones you love the ones you protect. And as always, be nice.